Hello, math buddies! Good day! This is Teacher Anne, your math buddy, and welcome to another fun, challenging, and amazing mathematics discussion with me. Always remember that the best way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. And for today's lesson, we will be discussing universal set and subset. And for today's objectives, we have define universal set, subset, and proper subset. Illustrate subset and universal set using Venn diagram. And list all the possible subsets of a given set. Let's have here our first activity. Consider the following numbers below. So we have here a set of numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from these given numbers, I want you to form the following sets using the given numbers. So for the first set, we have set A contains numbers less than 6. Can you give the numbers less than 6 from here? Right. So we have set A consists of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so these are the numbers that can be found from the given numbers here that are below or less than 6. Next, we have set B. Set B are even number less than 7. So what are the even numbers less than 7? Okay, again, titingnan natin dito. Dito natin kukunin yung sagot natin. So what are the even numbers here that are less than 7? Right. So we have set B consists of elements 2, 4, and 6. Next, we have number 3. Set C consists, is a set that is composite numbers. Okay. So ano ba yung mga composite numbers na makikita natin dito? From 1 to 10. Okay. We have 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Ano nga ba yung mga composite numbers? Remember, composite numbers are numbers whose factors having other factors besides 1 and itself. So just like number 4. So what are the factors of 4? We have 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. 6, 1 times 6, 2 times 3. 8, 1 times 8, 4 times 2. So these are numbers who has other factors aside from 1 and itself. Next, number 4. Set D are even numbers. So, what are the even numbers that we can see here? So, ano yung mga even numbers from 1 to 10? Alright, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So, these are the even numbers from 1 to 10. And last, we have prime numbers. So, what are prime numbers? These are numbers whose only factor is 1 and itself. So, kabaliktaran nito ng composite numbers na may iba pang factors besides 1 and itself. So, si prime numbers ay wala na siyang ibang factors kundi 1 and itself. So, ano yung mga prime numbers na makikita natin dito sa given na numbers? Okay, right? We have 2, 3, 5, and 7. Can we consider 1 as a prime number? No. 1 is neither prime nor composite. So it's a special kind of number. Okay, so we have here the universal set. So, universal set is a set consists of all the sets under consideration. It is usually denoted by capital letter U. So, from the given, from our previous given, so we can say that our universal set are those numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So, what about those numbers na kinuha natin dito? Yung sa activity natin kanina. We call them as subset. So, ano nga ba ulit yung mga sets na kinuha natin kanina? So, we have here, set A consists of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ito yung mga numbers less than 6. For set B, we have 2, 4, 6. So, these are the even numbers less than 7. Set C, we have the set of composite numbers. And set D, we have the even numbers, okay, from 1 to 10. And last, we have set E. We have 2, 3, 5, and 7. So, these are the prime numbers. So, lahat ng mga elements dito ay makikita natin dito sa tinatawag natin na universal set. So, yung mga elements na kukunin natin from the universal set, kahit anong mga elements yan, basta nasa loob siya mismo ng universal set, ay tatawagin nating subset. Nakuha? Okay, so again, these are all the subset of our universal set. So we can also illustrate subsets and universal set with the use of Venn diagram. So as you can see, we have here a quadrilateral figure. So this figure here represents our universal set. Okay? So, saan natin matagpuan si subsets or subset? So, ang nasa loob ng universal set ay ang subset. So, para lang yan siyang mother and daughter relationship. So, si universal set, siya yung nanay, at saka si subset naman, siya yung anak. So, that's how we show the relationship of the universal set and a subset. More illustration para mapakita natin si universal set at kanyang subset. So, let's have here. Okay, we have here our universal set. This is our universal set represented by U. At tingnan natin, di ba nandito si whole number at saka si counting number. So kung napapansin natin, si counting number ay nasa loob ni whole number. So how are we going to read this one? So maybe we can read this one as all counting numbers are whole numbers. So, lahat ng mga counting numbers ay whole numbers kasi yung counting numbers ay mako-consider natin siya as whole numbers. Kakita na yun naman na nasa loob ng whole numbers si counting numbers. So, how are we going to write this one in symbols? So, we have counting numbers are subset of whole numbers. So, ito yung symbol ni subset. Counting numbers are subset of whole numbers. What about this? Set A, and under set A, we have set B. So say, for example, we have A contains elements 1, 2, 3. And B, we have 1. So therefore, we can say that B is a subset of A. What about this? So we have here another example. Set A consists of elements 2, 4, 6, 8. Set B, 2, 4. Set C, 8, 10, 12, 14. And set D, we have 12. So we are going to draw the Venn diagram. So we have here our universal set. So how are we going to draw the subset? As you notice, may mga numbers dito na nagbabalik. Say for example, for set A and set B, so may mga numbers na magkapareho. Set C and set D, so may mga numbers din na magkapareho. Okay. So let's name this one as A, B, C, and D. So we will try to look at set A and set B. Ano ilalagay natin dito kay set B? So tandaan natin na si set A contains siya ng elements 2, 4, 6, 8. At saka si set B naman may elements na 2 at 4. So kung napapansin niyo, magkapareho, may common elements si A at B at siya yun ang 2 at saka 4. So ilalagay natin, since si set B ay nasa loob ni A, so dito natin ilalagay ang elements na kay set B ang 2 at saka 4. Okay. Ano naman ilalagay natin dito kay set A? Since kabilang na rin ang 2 at 4 kay set A, nasa loob na rin siya ng set A, ang ilalagay na lang natin dito sa labas is, or are, 6 at 8. Okay, tingnan nyo, bakit nandito si 8? Sa intersection ni A at saka ni C. Then, let's go back to set C. Tingnan natin si set C. Okay, kung napapansin ninyo, may common elements si set A at saka si set C. At yan yung ang element na 8. Since 8 is a common element of set A and C, so therefore, dyan natin siya ilalagay sa kanilang intersection. Nakuha? Again, since element 8 ay common kay both set A at saka kay set C, kaya dito natin siya ilalagay sa kanyang intersection. Next, ano ang natira kay set C? We have 10, 12, at saka 14. At tingnan naman natin si set D. Si set D ay may 12, which is common din siya kay set C. So, since si set D ay nasa loob ni set C, pwede lang natin, ang ilagay na lang natin dito kay set C ay ang mga elements na 10 at saka 12. Nasa loob siya ni set C, pero hindi dito kay nasa loob ni set D kasi ang ilalagay natin dito kay set D is ang 12. So, makikita natin na lahat din na elements na kay set C ay nasa loob pa rin ng kanyang circle. So we have 8, 10, 12, and 14. Okay. So nakuha. So ganito natin i-illustrate ang given subsets. So from this, ano pa yung universal set natin? Ibig sabihin, lahat ng mga elements na nasa loob dito ay matatawag nating universal set. So the universal set, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So ito yung mga combinations ng lahat ng mga elements na nasa loob ng ating quadrilateral. So we have these elements. Now, let's define subset. Subset is denoted by this symbol. So this is the symbol of subset. So para siyang letter C na may underline sa baba. Okay? So subset. If and only if every element of set A is also an element of set B. An empty set is always a subset of every set. So, kung hahanapin natin yung subset daw, isa sa mga subset is yung empty set. So, it is always a subset. Empty set is always a subset of every set. What about proper subset? So, it is denoted by this symbol. Parang siyang letter C lang. Magkapareha lang sa subset, pero sa proper subset is wala na siya yung parang underline sa baba. So, this is the symbol for proper subset. If and only if every element of set A is also an element of set B, and set B contains at least one element that is not in set A. So how are we going to expand this definition? So ibig sabihin lang na dapat hindi pwedeng mag-equal yung dalawang set. Okay? Dapat may natirang elements si set B compared kay set A. So, hindi mo siya dapat pwedeng mag-equal yung mga elements ng dalawang set para matawag natin siyang proper subset. Okay? And always remember that a proper subset is always a subset. So, lahat ng proper subset ay subset, but not all subset are proper subset. Okay? Except lang yung proper subset nga, except lang yung magiging equal yung dalawang set. Magiging equal yung elements ng dalawang set. So, hindi yun matatawag nating proper subset. So, let's have this example. Okay, so, ABC blank ABC. So, tingnan nyo. Say, for example, this is set A and this is set B. So, set A contains elements A, B, C, and set B contains elements A, B, C. So, how will you describe this one? Is set A subset of set B? Or set A is a proper subset of set B? Okay, so that's right. We have here, it is a subset. So, not a proper subset. Why? It's because all the elements in set A are also the elements of set B. Hindi natin siya matatawag na proper subset because, remember, proper subset, there should be at least one element in set B that is not in set A. So, in this case, Lahat ng elements ni set A nasa kay set B. So, this is a subset. What about this? C, set C, blank, set A, B, C. Ang element na C ay nasa dito. Subset, proper subset, or what? Okay, specifically, it is a proper subset. Ma'am, di ba subset din siya? Yes, it's also a subset. Ika nga, proper subset is always a subset. So if your answer here is subset, it's also correct. But to be specific, this is a proper subset. This one, set XY, okay, blank, ABC. Okay, right, it's not a subset. So therefore, the symbol is yung subset lang na symbol at lalagyan lang natin ng slash. That means not. So not a subset. This one, Z blank XYZ. Okay, specific. This is, yes, proper subset. And the last, we have M blank XYZ. Very good. It's not a, not a subset. Now, let's proceed to number of subsets. So we will determine here how many subsets can be formed in a given set. So let's have this first example. We have here a set contains elements A and B. So what are the subsets of this given set? So let's start. First, we have A, an empty set. Remember, an empty set is always a subset of a given set. So, mag-start tayo lagi kay empty set. Next. Okay, we have here single letter muna tayo. So, set A and set B. Okay, from empty, then single letter, then double letters. Combination na nila. So, we have here A and B. So, pag gagawa tayo ng mga subset, always tayo mag-start para mas lalo na para hindi tayo magkakamali at wala tayong makakalimutan. Always start tayo kay empty set. Then, yung single letter ng bawat element. At saka, followed by ng double letters. Then, yung 3 letters. And so on kung marami na sila. So, itong lahat yung subset nung given natin. So, let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, therefore, we have 4 subsets. Now, let's have another example here. Okay, we have here a set contains elements 1, 2, and 3. So let's write all the subsets of this given set. So let's start with empty set, okay, followed by, okay, one element, okay, each element. So let's have here 1, 2, and 3. Next, let's have the combination of 2 elements, or kung letters pa, the combination of first 2 letters. So in this combination of 2 numbers, so we have here 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 3. Okay. Ma'am, what about 3, 2? 3, 2 is the same as 2, 3. Okay? Remember that in writing elements, the order does not matter. So when we say 2, 3 at saka 3, 2, they are equal. Okay. So we're done with the combination of two numbers. So let's now have the combination of three numbers. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Meron pa ba? So wala na. Now let's count how many subsets ang na-form natin. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So therefore, we have 8 subsets. What about this? We have here a set containing how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have elements C, A, R, E. So how many elements or subsets can we form out of this given set? So let's start with empty. Okay. Then single letter. We have C, A, R, E. Next, combination of two letters. We have CA, CR, we have here, then CE here, then we have AR, AE, and RE. Okay, may nakalimutan pa ba tayo? I think wala na. We're done with combination of two letters. Now let's have a combination of three letters. We have CAR, okay, this one. CAE, okay, this. Then CRE and ARE. So you have it there. Then the last is a combination of four letters. And we have CARE. Okay, so baliktarin mo naman sila, pareho lang yan. So let's now count how many subsets do we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So therefore, we have here 16 subsets. Okay? The number of possible subsets of a set of size n is, so how do we determine the number of possible subsets na meron sa isang set? We will use this formula. 2 raised to the power of n, wherein n represents the number of elements. So, we are going to use this formula para malaman natin kung ilang possible subsets ang meron sa isang given set. So, gaya na lamang ng ginawa natin kanina, in our example, yung given na first is we have elements A, B, which contains 2 elements. So, using the formula 2 to the power of n, so we have 2 raised to 2 equals 2 times 2. Multiply the base by itself twice, so we have 4. So that's why we have here 4 subsets. Number 2, we have elements 1, 2, 3. As we know, you noticed, we have how many elements here? We have 3 elements. So using the formula 2 to the power of n, we have 2 raised to 3 equals, multiply the base 2 3 times by itself, 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. That's why we have here 8 subsets. And the last we have here, element CARE, which contains 4 elements. So using the formula 2 to the power of n, so 2 raised to 4 equals, multiplying the base 2 by itself 4 times, 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, and times 2 equals 16 subsets. That's it. I hope you understand our discussions today. Stay tuned for more lessons only here at Math Buddies. Again, this is Teacher Ann, your Math Buddy. Happy learning, everyone!